For anyone who's new or might have forgotten, that at Crystals for Life we're playing to benefit JDRF, which is a global organization focused on type 1 diabetes research with more than 100 locations worldwide. They're the largest charitable supporter of type 1 diabetes research in the world, and have provided more than $1.6 billion for type 1 diabetes research since their founding in 1970. JDRF is strongly involved in the community, and they're driven by grassroots efforts like this marathon here. Thank you very much for your support. It's making a huge difference in JDRF's attempts to cure, treat, and prevent type 1 diabetes. Alright, and thank you very much. We have some more donations. First off, we have an anonymous donation of $15, which says, put this towards Minchino's name as Vine Sauce. If not, then put this towards saving Rachni Queen in Mass Effect. I don't see any reason why we couldn't put it towards your first choice. Next, we have a donation of $5 from Skyline2990. The comment starts, "Hi, this is Skyline2990. Oh my gosh, this comment just keeps getting more shocking.
Hey, Skyline.
This donation is mainly going towards Metasigma weightlifting Poxnor. Yeah. If succeeded, I will add another $5 to the donation. If rejected, then he is allowed to suplex Poxnor for another $2.5. If failed, then Metasigma will have to have more hot wings." So I'm going to interpret that comment as, please put this $5 towards suplexing the Phantom Train.
I think that actually makes sense.
I like that very much.
I do too.
A gentleman's agreement.
Yeah. Ryan allows me to choose, and he doesn't get mortally wounded. I think there was a part in there where he was hoping that there would be a shirt removed, but I'm sorry. Believe me, it pains me to have a shirt on for more than, well, as long as I've
24 seconds.
24 seconds! Yeah, I like want to rip my shirt off when I'm like at work.
I do always just assume that the only reason you have a shirt on is so that you can take it off.
That's half true? Part of it might just be I'm actually cold once in a great while. I mean, you know, it does get...
I would die from shock if I saw you in like 2 layers of clothing.
Well, I wore 2 layers when we were hanging out at Helena.
Oh, that doesn't count.
How does that not count?
Because it proves me wrong.
Oh, Spud, please.
Spud, please.
Yes.
It's a shame there's no Twitch chat, otherwise there would be lots of Spud, please right now. So there's 2 fights left on this disc. They've got a bit of a trek in between them, but actually there's 3, but 1 doesn't really count. I suppose it does now because I've got to do it properly. I can't cheese it out like I usually do. But the one coming up is probably the hardest one left on the disc. After Dinozoro, of course. The last fight is probably more luck reliant, but it's probably not harder. Depends on your definition, I suppose.
No. No.
Oh man, that was pretty good.
Natalia, please. Railcoon. Come here.
Lincoln ponies.
Come here.
I'm coming.
This is Micalia.
Okay. What's the link?
There it is. Needs to be added to the collection. No.
I don't know.
I want to slap you right now that you won't agree with me.
No, I'm saying I don't know that that should be added to the collection.
Oh, well, yeah.
There's no real good argument behind that.
I agree.
We need a reason for that to be added to the collection.
Okay, you're right on that one.
Alright, so I've done most of the setup I need to do for this fight, but I actually don't have access to the two other characters that are in the fight, so I'm going to do a little bit during the fight. This guy's probably where this game starts to get a little bit mean. This guy casts Reflect on himself at 1700 HP, so I really need to know exactly how much HP he's got. Jansen should be fine. He's got the Sorcerer Earrings on, and I want to try and get cover on the front row before he does any damage to it. It's pretty unlikely, but if that happens, then it's pretty much a wash, and I'll get this fight for sure. Cook should have... I lost my thought. Oh, Cook has Sorcerer Earrings on. Whoops, that's not Sorcerer Earrings, so they are. Oh no, hang on, she has the red copper band. If it's here. No, it must be equipped on someone else. Sorcerer Earrings is fine. And Mac needs the Search Glasses. Alright, so now with the Search Glasses I'll be able to see how much health it's got. Again, really high defense, physical and magic. Okay, Shieldus is the best first turn, so this should be really easy now. I can still get unlucky, but Shieldus is easily the best first turn I can get. It does nothing and it gives me a chance to put these covers on to absorb a little bit of damage, and it means my GC stays full, so Cook, who's only got 250 health at this point, is still going to be okay. Gamble, again, is the hero here because it ignores all defense. I should have a red copper band on someone somewhere, but it must be equipped to someone out of the party, so it's not really a big deal, but I would normally be casting one more set of gambles here that The only really dangerous thing this guy can do is all Aquara, and if he does that like 2 or 3 times, then it could be a problem. But apart from that, I'm just going to make sure that these, well, just going to hope that these gambles are okay, and that I can get him down to 1700 HP reasonably quickly. Okay, this is the other thing he can do, which is freeze fight. He'll cast something that will freeze everyone next turn, and max taking damage there is not really a big deal, but hopefully not too many people get frozen as a result of the next attack. It's a lead-in thing. It's better than in casting Aquara at least. And if I get these gambles good enough, then I might bring him down into his Reflect HP anyway, and then it won't make any difference. Phew, they're pretty good though. It might be okay. Yeah, okay, we can finish him off with bombs now. So, at the start of this turn he's going to cast Reflect, but fortunately bombs go straight through Reflect. That was a really good fight. He didn't really cast any of his really bad attacks, and he gave me a really good first turn, so that's probably one of the scariest fights on this disc as well, so it's good to see that that one went pretty well. One thing I am noticing is I'm really low on bombs, because I bought a lot of extra angel balloons.
Wow, that actually went well.
That went really well.
Yeah!
I didn't get a single Aquara.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That fight's a lot meaner than it actually than that would have made it look.
Alrighty, so now seems like a good time to go through a few more donations. We have one more from Kuro, who says, Gur, the tracker wasn't behaving, and Kuro didn't actually mean to give 2 $1 donations last time. I'll allow you to fix that somehow, Meta.
What?
The end result was always meant to be 2 hats. So there's this experiment, very classic experiment in psychology, where if you shock a mouse at random intervals for no reason, it just goes completely nuts. And I think that's kind of what we've done to Meta here. It's just like these random tortuous donations that come in for no real reason.
No, there's a reason though. Exactly.
Exactly.
So it's not random.
It is for the charity, so thank you so much.
Yeah.
Also, we have another $5 from Skyline2990, who said the previous donation was actually put on a dragon story for Legend of Mana, but I shall donate another $5 that is also on the suplex.
Less complication.
Thank you very much to both of you.
Well, at least my ears are wrong.
Maybe next time.
So we're in
He
this new
is
area.
in Canada.
And, we've got access to Sed now, and Sed's one of the most important characters in the game, apart from possibly Tolton. And Sed is really important because he starts at level 35. Everyone joins at a static level in this, and the game expects that you'd be around about level 35 at this point, not 20 like I currently am. And as a result, his gambles, there is one controllable aspect of gamble, and that's your level. So Sed can actually do really good gambles. He can hit up for upwards of around about 1800 or so, whereas Seth and Kaim, I'd be struggling to get like an 1100 or a 1200 out of them. So he's really important for that reason. He also has double gold, double SP, double item, all these sorts of crazy good things that are mostly good in casual, but double money and double AP or double SP is very important for this run. There's basically every boss fight past this point gives you 10 SP, and most of the items I need to learn take 20, so having double means that I can just throw all these things on the boss fights on Disc 4 to learn everything I need for the final boss.
So I received a very philosophical question from the chat. What happens if it becomes a 3-way tie for meta?
What?
So human is equal to the sum of both ponies, and the 2 ponies are tied. I think in that case the only solution is for meta to wear the hats as mittens.
That's an interesting segue that you've gone through there.
Wait, what? I am now morally... I'm just confused. No, I'm saying... Well, I'm saying like, okay, so... If all 3 are tied, then how does this work?
There's actually like an incredibly rare thing that I know can happen in this area, but it hasn't yet. Those really creepy, like, tendrily dudes, yeah, well, I couldn't think of any other word to explain them.
No, fair enough.
Yeah. They have a very small chance, like maybe 10% or something, to petrify when they hit you with a physical attack. You can run into groups of 2 of them, and I only have 2 people who that have Turntail on at this point. So there is an incredibly small chance, it's never happened, that both of them will get petrified, and I will lose my 2 fleers in this area. But I don't know, it hasn't happened yet, so I should be fine. I think I just need to buy the one thing here. Actually, on the wrong page. Yeah, we're good. Just need lots and lots of these. Oh, actually, I might go back and sell some stuff and get some healing items. Just to be sure. So I'm gonna have to sell.
What? If all 3 are tied, does he have to act like a centaur now? What?
Okay.
But there's one problem with that. Centaurs don't wear shirts.
Yeah, but they have so much hair it kind of covers. It's the equivalent of a shirt.
I have quite a bit of hair.
We don't need to. We don't need to know that.
Denton, what do you want? You have this grin on your face that's like, what have I walked into?
Exactly. It's quite interesting.
What?
The hat.
Just
Scarf. I think.
It's plural, the hats.
it's quite a, trust me, people keep donating for it, and I have no choice in the matter. Let's go back to the practice room, you saw nothing.
Except I'm gonna go this way.
And open the door wide for everyone to see.
You may have seen I got those 2 attacks and they're both petrified, but none of them were on the back row, so it was okay. It said chills out in the back row, so he's got a really, really tiny, insignificant chance of being attacked.
Wait, what? They make men's boxers? What?
Say what?
Railcoon. They make men's boxers. Wait, you know?
You know what? This audio is going to be so out of context without the video or chat. Can you believe it? They make men's boxers.
By the way, your girlfriend wants a shirtless couch. Meeting both of us.
I think the meta rule also applies to me.
This is amazing that this game has. Well, we're almost.
Nice. It's about like, 60% you.
It's 0% me. It's all you.
Man, I should have brought a couple of hats.
I have 2 right here. People, donate to put them on Spud.
Yeah, we can do that.
But they have.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how this works anymore.
Yeah. But maybe like the donations have to surpass what's already currently there.
That's what I was going to say.
I will do it. I will wear the hats if like that gets overtaken.
I'd make it just a straight up bidding war of who has to wear this entire set of attire, except they would spend the entire next 15 minutes just changing back and forth every time $2
I know,
of
right?
donations came in.
That'd be ridiculous. Then it'd be like the donation, the rolling donation incentives and lightning returns where we're like English, Japanese, wedding dress change, this, that, this.
Not too smart, eh?
It does need to die at some point. I don't mean the donation people, I just mean, just shut it.
Maybe next time.
Nay.
I get it.
I don't know real good. I don't know at this point in my life. I don't know what to believe anymore. I don't know who I am anymore.
Alright, so this fight is usually a throwaway fight. If you've played the Obliterator fight in FF10, it's very, very similar. There's a crane, and if you throw enough magic at it, the crane will just instantly kill the boss. However, if you do it that way, you don't get any SP or money from it, and I really need the money for the Holy Beast donation incentive. So I'm going to be fighting him sort of normally. And to be honest, I haven't done this fight all that many times. It's actually pretty easy, but you know, doing it normally is a little bit weird to me because you usually just set up. I've got a whole bunch of ground bombs, like the crappiest bombs that you can get. If you throw all those at the crane, the fight's over. But we're going to be trying to beat him the traditional way of depleting his HP. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how you do it normally.
I don't know.
I don't play this game. I don't play this game normally often enough. Let's switch that up. So Tolton's actually still got his really good weapon, so he's pretty good to just keep attacking. He'll do a decent amount of damage. But Ced is A, really good with Gamble, and B, really bad with physical attacks at the moment. So it's going to be 2 Gambles on the front, and Tolton's going to be attacking. This guy's pretty weak. He doesn't do a huge amount of damage, but he does have one ability called Flare Core, which is pretty tough. There's actually almost a clone of this boss later on that I'll fight, where Flare Core will deal about 7,500 damage. But fortunately, this one I think deals like about 600 or 700. Normally, you wouldn't even see Flare Core because he'd be using the crane, but yeah, I really need the money from this fight. I also need to make sure Ced's alive at the end, which might be difficult because I don't actually have any decent healing items. I couldn't afford any before, so it shouldn't be a problem. But we do have to hope that he doesn't like focus fire Ced. At the moment, my GC is almost full, so he's almost got no chance of attacking. But hell if I wouldn't miss that.
So we have another $5 donation. Thank you very much. This one comes from Michael Lindauer. And the comment is, because he won't take his shirt off and Skittle Speed is worst horse, this 5 goes to Luna. P.S. You will never be horsefamous.
What?
I was pretty unsure of that.
You will never be horsefamous.
Horsefamous? That's a new word.
I know. I don't even know where that word came from.
These gambles have been really good, so hopefully I can finish them off before Flare Core, but I'm not counting on it. Oh wow, that was incredibly good.
What'd you get?
I managed to beat him normally before Flare Core happened.
What was the highest of the gambles?
Oh, like 1,000, like 4 or 5 times.
What? What is this high luck with gambles?
I don't know. It was terrible when I was in the practice room, and now all of a sudden it's slowly
It wasn't
getting
the
better.
best when Erin was here, but the moment she left, it's almost like you got God gambles.
Chuck Hughes!
She was trying to sabotage you. It's because I'm here.
Yeah, it must be.
You know, it's like real men.
Maybe it's the hat.
No, it's not.
Well, all jokes about the hat aside, I wanted to actually talk just a little more about what type 1 diabetes is and what it is we're playing for and what it is all these generous and sometimes painful donations go towards. So type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease. So it happens when your body's own immune cells start attacking and destroying the insulin-producing cells in your pancreas, and its causes aren't really entirely understood. We think there are genetic and environmental factors, and we know it strikes both children and adults at any age. Living with type 1 diabetes is a constant challenge for people. You have to test your blood sugar by pricking your finger 6 or even more times a day, and your life expectancy can be shortened by as much as 15 years. JDRF is looking to cure, treat, and prevent type 1 diabetes. Their cure research involves research into restoring a person's ability to produce insulin. Treating involves developing new therapies that optimize a person's blood sugar control and treat the complications of T1D. And trying to prevent type 1 diabetes means inventing therapies that stop the disease before it actually gets to damaging the pancreas. So, your donations are going to a great cause. Thank you so much.
I guess sort of a more of an individual thank you from me as well for making all the donation incentives for Lost Odyssey get met so early. We're considering throwing some more in or making them go for a little bit more money, but you guys just smashed them the way they were. So thanks very much for the donations, guys. Don't forget, if you still want to donate, there's still tons and tons of other runs coming up with lots of cool donation incentives. There's a huge amount of names and stuff to donate for, so just go whole hog and donate what you can. I haven't really explained this minigame, that's because there's not much to explain about it. It's exactly as easy as you think it is. There's really nothing, no tricks to it or anything, it just takes a long time. It is 5.5 hours into a run. It's possibly a little bit more difficult than you would expect to just concentrate on these, but it's really not that hard.
Did you say like one time it literally ate an input?
It's like, it is really picky about what you press. Like, I've accidentally, like when I've been moving over to like mash, so I can mash a little bit faster, I've been like tended to graze a button or something, and sometimes hitting the wrong button will cut it out immediately, and sometimes it won't. So yeah, you can sort of get. You do have to be reasonably careful about how you go about mashing the buttons and all that. Alright, this is going to be the disc of safety saves. I'm going to be making another one at the start of this cave, just for an incredibly unlucky thing that can happen that would put me before that previous boss fight. Actually, no, it'd be just before the mini-game thing. Either way, it's bad.
I hope you don't mind that I joined you out here on the couch.
Absolutely not. You are more than welcome, sir.
So I've never actually beaten this game, so I'm not going to offer a whole lot of, like, intelligent insight or commentary.
Don't
Yeah,
worry,
well-
I haven't added a whole lot either, so you're not, yours is better than mine right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, like anyone who's played a Final Fantasy game can get the general gist of the combat. So if anything's not, straightforward or not clear, then let me know and I'll answer any questions.
Yeah, so I've actually played the game, but I never beat it, and sadly I never even got that far into it. I was really, really enjoying the game, and I thought this is totally the kind of game I want to beat. And then I got to this one point where you're in, like, a graveyard at the edge of a cliff. You had to collect flowers
Yes,
for some
yes.
girl's mother or
Yeah,
something.
it's most of the way through disc 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It was so insufferable, I never finished it. Never made it
That
farther
was
in
the part
game.
we were talking about earlier where it was like, if they had shortened the section down a bit, and it was like, hey, you don't have to find so many things, and they didn't make it so...
Some of them are actually pretty well hidden too. Like there's a flower like
Yeah.
all the way down at the entrance that you basically like. It's the only thing that you have to go there for, and it's like a 20 or 30-second detour to get down there. So people just get stuck on that area, wondering where all of these flowers and twigs are. And it's really I understand why they put it in, but they shouldn't have made it so.
Hey, let's
viable to get lost in.
Hey, let's make this a 35-minute mini game.
Yeah, I am reasonably grateful that in the speedrun there's very little in the way of having to do breadcrumb quests and stuff like that. There's pretty much that's the only like really side mission thing that you got to do, except for maybe that mini game that I just did. There is obviously the the gamble thing that I do on disc 2, but that's to get gamble, and gamble is really important for the speed run, so that's sort of a choice. You can skip that, but I would hate to route a gamble-less Lost Odyssey speed run.
Would you use it much in a regular playthrough of the game?
Not really, no. You'd probably play around with it and see what it does, and you'd say, oh yeah, that's kind of cool, it does a random amount of damage, and then you'd throw it away. What people usually use it for